Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 2023 love reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. If you're interested in entering to receive a free reading from me, put a turkey in the comment box. I will be picking somebody at random and announcing it in a separate video. So don't be scammed by anybody contacting you and saying, yay, it's you. No, I will not be doing it that way. So just be aware of this. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Sagittarius, angels, and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. Oh, wow, you have the sun. I love that. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, your heart is moving forward. Okay, things get a little real right here. Don't worry about it. You guys are doing great. But there is a sense that we have a tendency during this time to look at things and go, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, generational curse. It's never going to happen. I'm never going to have the love that I want. Or there's always arguing. There's always chaos. There's always this. And that's just how it's going to be forever and ever more. And Spirit's like, stop it. Stop it right now. So just be aware of this. Divinity is actually saying during this time, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is saying, hey, look over here, look over here. But we're so entrenched in looking at kind of like the things that are going wrong, because that's human nature and that's how we are as beings, that it can be a little bit difficult to be like, oh, wow, there are beautiful, lovely things coming forward. We're also really looking at vampiric energy during this time as well. And we're going to be sitting here in the month of November, really looking at things in a very different light and seeing like the cracks in things, or seeing like the nonsense in things. It's like, well, why the heck have I been carrying that? Or why the heck have I been doing that? The world is opening up to us. Really seriously, it's almost like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that there was so much more out there for me. I pigeonholed myself. I clipped my own wings. And I thought I was supposed to. And that's going to be one of the most beautiful things. Like, that's just such a beautiful gift that we are giving to ourselves during this time. It's like, I clipped my own wings. Now it's time for me to fly. Like, now it's time for me to embrace my life. Let myself soar. Let myself move forward. It's time for that brilliance. I mean, really, seriously, Sagittarius, my gosh, it's amazing. Okay, so let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Oh, goodness. Oh, celestial. Okay, Sagittarius. Whether you believe it or not, it is true that the stars, the moon, the sun, the orbits of the planets, they greatly affect you. I would highly recommend starting to listen to more, or learning about astrology if you don't already listen or are learning about it, because you're greatly affected by things. And you're going to think, I don't know why I can't just always be calm or always be happy. Well, first of all, it's human nature. We have the ebbs and the flows like the ocean, right? But here also, is because everything is in flux. Everything moves. And so with temperance, temperance is about harmony. That's the card that we're represented by in the major arcana. So we're all about harmony. And so to understand the movement of the planets, to understand the movement of the stars, to see when things are out of harmony, when things are in harmony, that's going to be very important. Just so that we can know how to traverse it, just so we can know, oh, okay, I have this bit of information, putting it in my back pocket. It might not affect me, it might affect me, but I know to be prepared. I know that I can be more sensitive on this day, or I can be more, kind of fiery on this day. So just being aware of this is going to be very, very, very important. Let's see what Spirit wants us to be mindful of. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is rigidity off of what is perceived as prosperous. Okay? This can be earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but this is going to be energy of I can't open myself up that way or move forward that way or embrace this because it all needs to be prosperous, or it all needs to be moving towards a prosperous plan. And some of the best plans are just simply adventure started. This is kind of like adventure time. Like, go for it. Just not figure it out, because that's what life is. It's like, figure it out. But it's like, jump off that cliff. Like, go for it. And here, it's going to be, well, is it going to be successful? But what if we ask, is it going to be a great experience? Like, is trying and going and doing and adventuring going to be right for our soul? And it doesn't mean that we even have to leave our house, okay? It can mean that we start doing things that are just joyful for us without thinking, okay, how is this going to work? Or, okay, it has to be just like this. So Spirit is really saying here, open up the doors. We can also have somebody in our lives that's very much like, well, that doesn't make sense, or that's not practical, and that's not this, and that's not that. And it's like, yeah, okay, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be all the time, Sagittarius. And that's what we're going to see here. It's like, sometimes the best plans are not having a plan at all. It moves us to the world opening. Our world is opening. It has been shut for a really long time. It has been. And this isn't to be like negative, but it could have, we could have started to close our world when we were 21 and been like, you know what, I'm just overwhelmed. It's too much. I'm pulling the door shut. So here, it's opening up the doors. It is saying, I can. And it's also saying, I do not have to follow in the footsteps of everybody else, because we're going to be looking at things, and we kind of look at things in patterns. I'm seeing this, Sagittarius, like, we have a tendency to look at things in patterns. And Spirit is saying here, stop it. Stop it. But also, you're breaking certain patterns. Don't look at your life as something that was already lived by somebody else. Oh, my parents did this, or, this person did this, and it's a pattern that I'm following. We're breaking that pattern. It's even our past life self. It's like, oh, this feels familiar because we lived it once upon a time. We're breaking the patterns. And how do you break a pattern? By throwing joy in the midst of it all. By letting love guide us. By looking at the world and saying, my gosh, this is crazy. I am living in love. I am raising my energy vibration. Joy and beauty and brilliance get to be a part of my life. Because it's not a part of so many others. And not to get, maudlin on people, but it's just all so intense. So here, it's like I'm letting the sun shine. Absolutely, Sagittarius, that's what Spirit is calling us to do. Let the sun shine in. Let the sun lead us. Let the sun guide us. Let ourselves turn our faces towards the sun and celebrate. Celebrate and grow and become. Because that's going to call love in our lives. How are we going to attract somebody? If you're looking to attract somebody, live in vibrancy. Live in beauty. And be kind. If you already have a partner and you're thinking, how are we going to get on the same page? Live in vibrancy. And either that person lives in vibrancy with you, or you find that, things change so that vibrancy gets to be a part of your life. That's what we get to do now. And that's what Spirit is saying. Live in vibrancy. The sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. It's a yes card, right? So if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm never going to find love, Spirit's like, oh no, you are. You are. But remember, what we obsess over is what we get. Whether it's the positive or the negative, what we obsess over is what we get. So let it be vibrancy. Let it be brilliance. Let it be beauty. Let it be the higher energy vibration, and let ourselves shine. I mean, people will really say to you, Sagittarius, oh my gosh, you're shining. Like you're glowing. You know, that type of thing? Let yourself glow. And it's the radiance. It's the celestial alignment. It's the radiance of you. You're also walking away from what you once thought you would love. This is going to be a time where we sit there and say, you know what? That's not right for me. That might be the way everybody else did it, or the way that you're supposed to do it, but that's not right for me. And this can be the time, Sagittarius, where we say, I'm making up my own rules. You know, I'm moving forward, and this is my game. This is my soul. This is myself. This is my life. I'm claiming me. The Eight of Cups is a walking away from what we once thought we would love. It's ending as severe as a divorce. If we have been hurt in the past, romantically, spiritually, personally, and we thought, I can't love. I can't. We're also walking away from that. There's an ending here, and there's a sense of, I see the pain that I've been through. I see the heartbreak that I've been through, but I'm not letting that be my defining self. I'm not. So the Eight of Cups comes forward and says, let me walk towards love, even if that path towards love is different than what I thought it was going to be. And, in a different way than I thought it was going to be. It moves us towards the Ten of Pentacles reversed. And the Ten of Pentacles reversed is a generational curse. Now, we can be walking away from a generational curse, but we're also stopping seeing patterns in our lives that mirror other people's. Okay? So what we're going to be doing here is, instead of saying generational curse, generational blessing. We start looking at things and saying, I'm celebrating. I'm moving things forward. We also have a tendency to look at everybody else, as we do Sagittarius as human beings, and say, wow, they really have it figured out, right? Wow, they're so happy, they're so blessed, they're so this, they're so that. But behind closed doors, it's not the perfect that we think it is. And so we're releasing the idea of perfection. We're releasing the idea that it's already kind of mapped out for us. Yes, there are the Akashic records, right? Yes, we can say that our life is mapped out. Like, I remember thinking when I was very little that our lives are books that were read by angels, and every time we went to sleep was when the angel closed our books. And I always thought that was so pretty and whimsical to think of as a little child. But our story is being discovered. So if we think it's already set, we can think of it limiting ourselves. But it's kind of like choose your own adventure, right? Which way are we going to move forward? How are we going to connect? With the 10 of Pentacles reversed, we're also acknowledging that there has been a darkness, a poverty mentality, a weight put on our shoulders that we are now looking at and saying, no, thank you. And that moves us to the Four of Cups, because the Four of Cups, it's us looking at 3 cups, and divinity is handing us a fourth one, saying, hey, or handing us a fourth one that's like a little bit away. It's like, hey, look over here. But we're so busy. We're so busy looking where we have looked before, and focusing on what isn't, that we don't see what could be. And Spirit is saying, stop. What isn't, isn't. And what we're being handed right now is going to take us out of what we're focusing on. And we're going to think, oh my gosh, seriously, I don't have time for this. But it's going to be one of the greatest blessings that moves us forward. It's going to be one of the things that opens up the door just unbelievably. And that is beautiful. So here, there's something that's going to be thrown in the mix during this time, Sagittarius, where we think, oh my gosh, are you serious? Are you absolutely serious? And that's what's going to move us either stronger in love with our partner, or move us towards finding that person that we really want in our lives. And it's like, my gosh, if that like monkey wrench wasn't thrown into things, I wouldn't be heading down this amazing journey. We're looking at the Four of Pentacles. Just as we're looking at that vampiric energy here of the generational curse, right? I don't get to have love. Everybody in my family has, had a horrible marriage. I don't get to have that. Or, I'm never going to find the person that I want to be with. That type of energy. Or, love is suffocating. Any sort of love. It just dims your light. That sort of energy, that sort of mindset that's around us. We're looking at it and we're releasing it. And we're saying, here, I see the vampiric energy that has been pulling me down, that has been stealing my wealth, my prosperity, and my success. I acknowledge that it exists, but no longer is it holding me back. Now, are we going to be working on this? Yeah, we are. We are, most definitely. It's not reversed. We're not completely letting it go, but we're seeing it. And that's huge. And that's also so liberating. It's like, oh, okay. I kind of had these giant boulders to, trip over in my life, and I tripped over them because it was inevitable. But I'm not defined by falling down. I'm defined by getting back up and embracing love and knowing that I'm darn worth it. And there's a sense here of stepping in our power and in our beauty and in ourselves and opening up the door in ways that we just didn't think was possible before. Because we're playing off of an old, user manual. We were playing off of an old set of rules. And Spirit is saying now, throw them away. Walk in the sun. Move away from how we thought it was going to be. How we kind of had it mapped out when we were 15 years old. Or 21, right? And now say, the radiance is following me. I get to live in joy. The happiest card in the whole entire deck gets to define my whole life by being the happiest person I can be. Every moment of every day, it's hard, We get upset, we get sad, life gets hard. But here, the radiance, that beauty, we get to shine with it. Our subconscious spirit message is white light. And the white light is upright. So it's healing. It's embracing healing. It's embracing, I get to heal. I get to connect. I get to protect myself. They say surround yourself with the white light of spirit so that all the chaos of the world cannot penetrate in. Remember to heal you. Remember to connect with you. Remember that you matter. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Four of Cups. We are really kind of stuck in a little bit of a rut. We see things a certain way, right? We have the Four of Cups right here reversed. We see things a certain way, and we're not going to see that blessing. That absolutely beautiful thing that's waiting for us. It's like, no, I need to look over here. It's like, why? Why do you need to look over here? Open up the door. Because it's kind of here like hitting your head against a brick wall. And then there's something over here where it's like, you don't need to hit your head against the brick wall, but it's like, but I'm used to this. So just be mindful about this. It comes in and it's stealing away our attention. We're thinking we're doing something really important, but we're just kind of causing ourselves more pain. And we turn our attention away. And then all of a sudden things start to open up. And all of a sudden we're like, oh, there's a path over here. Oh my gosh, I can walk this way. Oh my gosh, I can have this. Our subconscious tarot message is the Knight of Swords. We are becoming the hero of our story. We're claiming our path forward. We're also honoring everything that we have, like every curse we have broken, right? Every obstacle we have overcome. We're looking at ourselves kind of in awe. Okay, Sagittarius? And it's like, wow, I did that. I achieved that. Look at me. And as we do so, we become the heroes of our own stories. And as cliche as that sounds, when I was younger, I definitely wanted my white knight to come in, whisk me off my feet, and solve all my problems. And it didn't work out that way. And you know what? It's better because it didn't. Here, you're the hero of your story. And because you're looking at things and you're cutting through the doubts and the fears and the negativity, you slay your dragons, right? I watched this person who lives in the Netherlands, and she says that her kids have like this, they talk about dragon slaying, right? And they have to say like the things that they want to like overcome that have been holding them back. And it's called dragon slaying. And that's what I think of when I think of the Knight of Swords. We slay our dragons. I always also think of the white knight in Sleeping Beauty when he runs down the hill and slays the dragon and cuts through the brambles, like all the poison in the world, ascends the tower, which you can look at that as ascending the subconscious self, awakening the princess, awakening the sleeping sacred feminine within us, and coming together as ourselves, balanced, whole, and powerful in a way that is beautiful. Also know that that's the energy that we want to radiate out and that we're also attracting in. There's a powerful energy here, a joyful energy, but an energy of I'm the hero of my story. That's pretty darn awesome. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. Oh, and just know, Spirit is saying here, you're going to be very attracted to somebody very plain spoken. Like, they tend to be a bit blunt. They'll say things as it is. They're not cruel. I'm not talking about cruelty at all. Okay, because people can misconstrue. Okay, they can say, "Oh, I'm plain spoken," but they're just mean, and they just use that as a mask. This is a person who says what they think. They're refreshingly honest, and you're going to be like, oh, "Thank you." Like, they're refreshingly honest, but in the nicest, most compassionate way. So embracing that is just going to be really great. You're really going to like that. Okay. Now, Sagittarius, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And move forward in joy and in love. This world needs it, and we need it. Bye.